Hello team, today we're breaking down the Riftbound Spiritforged FAQ, all the important rules and clarifications and erratas that Riot just released for the new Spiritforged set. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room, which is the Falling Star, Cassian Ring, and Deflect. So in the Origins FAQ, impact on these two Origin cards in a way that ultimately went beyond Riot's original intention for them. They weren't happy with the result, so they're making some changes to these cards. Falling Star and a Cathian Ring has now lost its reflective trigger, and now just say deal 3 damage to unit, deal 3 damage to unit, and this is same with a Cathian Ring. So now this spell functions more like other spell that we're used to, where we pick our targets first, like Singularity, and the damage gets done in one instance, making this card, more fair. Some of the implications, such as Falling Star can no longer kill a unit through Zanias, such as if you had a 3-9 unit and you had Zanias, they click Falling Star once on it. Because he created 2 instances of damage, the unit would die, and then Zania would save it, but then Falling Star would click it again and killing it, right? So, again, that wasn't very fair, and you kind of made Kaisa very dominant, or Red very dominant, making some of the decks were just not playable when they're playing into Falling Star. Other implications for cards in set 2, such as not so fast, right? Counter an enemy spell or ability that chooses a friendly unit or gear. In the current Chinese meta, because Falling Star before says do this twice, right, where he adds 2 instances of the spell into the chain, not so fast could not counter Falling Star. They can only counter 1 instance of Falling Star, and that is not, that is not great design, right? When you're paying 2 mana and a power return versus their 2 mana and 2 power returns, and where you only get to counter half of it, that is not great, right? So again, very big implications. Zania should go up in price after this, and again, I see Irelia and Yasuo, especially any deck that really uses Zania, gets picked up usage after this change. Okay, so in addition to those card changes, Riot Game had made small rule changes because they realized their design team and rule team weren't in agreement about how Deflect was supposed to work. Uh, in the rule, a target Deflect clause was paid once for each spell or ability. In the design team's playtesting, it was paid once for each time that target was chosen. This misalignment didn't actually really matter since, a Casting Ring and Falling Star had reflective triggers, so they work as intended, and there was no other cards, that they could find as of right now, but they're saying that as of right now, it wasn't problematic. That can choose the same unit multiple times. Now that difference does matter because both of the above errata and the existence of repeatability, they want cards to play as the design team intended to that end, right? So they're doing a errata on the rule, like the actual core rule itself, which is a functionally short for spell and ability and opponent controls that choose me cost amount of power equal to deflect value more to play as additional cost for each time they chose me. More clear, right? Nothing really changes compared to before when it comes to Falling Star, Cathian Ring, but right, it is nice to clear they clarified the rules. Okay, so let's quickly go over some other stuff that should have wording. So again, Rek'Sai, right? They added the line banish one when play it. If this is a unit, you may play it here. So again, kind of like Nocturne. Again, adding the banish line for the legend. Adding the banish one, then play a text, and then again adding the banish unit from among them, then play it, reducing its cost, right? So again, just adding more clarity to the text. These are some of the things I already know. Reflective triggers on Spiritforged cards. So, should the trigger system introduced in Origin FAQ apply to any cards in Spiritforged? So yes, right. The revised text is play 2 might sand soldier unit token for each equipment you control. Then do this. Ready up to 2 of them. Right. So instead of the play 2 might stand in for control, then ready to. It's the then do this that matters, right? Again, and then we have Row. Again, more clarification. When attack, you may pay an equipment with energy cost no more than 2, ignoring cost. If you do, then do this. Attach it to. Again, more clarity on these cards. And then stuff like Blood Rush. Should Blood Rush say this turn on it? You know, we expected to say this turn on it. It wasn't having a big impact per se, but again, with some of the set 1 cards I eventually got errated. Again, no surprise that this card got this turn on it. Again, Death Grip. Very like the if you do tax, which again kind of reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh at this point, which adds clarity to cost on stuff, because again, some of the problems I did find myself having was figuring out what was okay and what was not okay, and by having a good grammatic, I guess, ruling tax, it gives player more clarity when just reading the card. So, kill a friendly unit if you do, right? Very important, and I think we'll have a lot more if you do going into the future, and I can think of some cards right now that needs if you give plus m might equal to the might to an turn and then draw. Good. And then Edge of Night. Does Edge of Night, the auto attach ability works? Again, hidden when you play this face down, attach it to a unit you control. Here, again, just making sure that you control here, making some clarity on it, because the unattended gear at the battlefield are recalled. Edge of Night does a strange little dance on its 2-way to become attached, returning to your base while ability on its chain, and because of the dance, it's no longer here when attaching, and it's supposed to happen. They needed to change the wording so you can still find the unit you chose. Again, just making sure it attaches properly, which is good. Right, and then we have Janna. Right, can Janna's play effect be used to heal my units without enemy unit present? Well, trigger ability in Riftbound cannot be placed on chain unless all required targets can be chosen. They can resolve and perform part of their text without all targets still being available, but all targets must be available to put them onto the chain to begin with. Again, very important for everybody, because this does come up a lot of time. Again, they say that this is weird. They generally try to not force players to know it. We think 99% of the player probably expect that Janna can heal their units without enemy presence, so we're meeting that expression with simple up to, similar to some up to Errata's trigger ability in Origins. So again, when you play me, heal your units here, then move up to 1 enemy units from here to its base, which is very nice. Janna becoming better, green becoming better, so nice, good. Jax, very important. Quick draw ability. It doesn't work so well with equipments that that wasn't on its board. Now equipments everywhere have quick draw, and that changes a lot of things, right? as we know, Jax has some crazy surprise combos. And Jax is not doing well in China right now, for good reason, right? Probably due to some of this, because once the equipment gets dropped, it feels pretty bad, right? So again, I think this is wonderful. Yeah, I think Jax will actually have potential now. So we'll see, and see how the meta develops. And then Kento the arm. You yourself was a friendly unit. Clarification: give another friendly unit my keywords plus my equal to my might this turn. So again, good, good. More clarification, and then this another one, very important. Tiana, very straightforward, right? If while they're a battlefield, they can't gain points, so they have to out this card. Very important with deflect, right? Before it was scoring a points, which was confusing. But now it says you can gain points, right? So anything that, like any ability for holding triggers, any ability for conquering triggers, even drawing the seventh card, a card when you're on the seventh point triggers, it's just the final gaining point that doesn't trigger, which is good. A lot of clarification, and I like that, right? There was some confusion or special points and whatnot, but again, when just good clarification on this card. And then again, does the forgotten monument work the same as Tiana? Yes, he does. So and then we move on to when and how does Yone triggers when you conquer a battlefield. Is it still open? So now we have it changed to when I conquer a battlefield that was uncontrolled, deal damage equal to my might to an enemy unit in its base. So yeah, more clarification, which is good. Okay, that is end of the erratas. There is more clarification on how rules work with certain cards. I would suggest you read them over if you have questions on some rulings. But again, those rulings shouldn't be surprise to anybody that has been following the rules. So again, yeah, that's the end of the video. Try to keep it short, but see you guys on the next one.